23 years.
23? You've been in the industry for
23 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, 23 years. I just thought.
But you haven't changed, you know, because like 23 years.
Actually, no.
Till
No,
now,
no,
you
no,
look
no,
the
no.
same.
Tell the truth. No.
It's more than.
No, it was 20. No, it was. No, it was 1997. I was 7. Yeah, 1990. I almost gave my age away. It was since 1997. So wait, who's good at maths?
1997. Wait. So
Yeah.
1997. 27.
Oh, really? I started my career in 1997. Yeah.
How did it all start?
So back in the UK, so there's an organization which was a TV station, pretty much like this. It was called YCTV, which stood for Youth Culture Television. And it was started by Sabrina Guinness of the Guinness family, and she's like an amazing woman who decided, she used to work in Hollywood, and she decided that the area in West London where she was at, there was a lot of young people not really doing much. So she decided to set up a TV station for 11 to, at first it was 19-year-olds and became 11 to 21-year-olds to train and teach us how to make TV programs.
Okay.
So I went there, I think in like, 2019, God, I'm missing on my years, in 1997. And yeah, I always wanted to act, I always wanted to be on TV. And then I got my training, I went on to do my degree in media arts. And I feel like for me, when it comes to this landscape,
right,
Charlie, there's no job I haven't done in this.
That's so true.
Look, I've been the runner. I used to make the teas. I've been on sets. I've been an extra. I've been a studio audience. I've been. I've been a studio audience. I've been acted. I've been a TV presenter for more than 20 years, both in the UK here. I've been a TV exec. I've been an executive producer. I used to be the head of productions of Vice at One. I've been like, I'm a hustler. I've just been like, but it's such a blessing because I love this space. I love this landscape. I've said this many times before, and not to offend anybody, but I always thought that for me, when I was growing up, like the worst thing for me personally was to wake up and work in a bank. Like, right? And literally, I'm just like, I don't want to be in an office and be confined. And I just thought, like, first of all, I hate maths, so that was why.
Okay.
But
makes sense.
I hate it, but no, it wasn't even because of that. It was just like, I'm a full creative.
Right.
I'm a creative. So if you're in the media, and most of us that are in the media will know, Charlie, sometimes there's very little money in it. There's very little money in it.
It's all about the
theater. Charlie, you're so passionate.
Yeah.
You love what you do, and for so long I didn't make any money, but
So you were acting for free at a point in time?
That one is no more. It's no more. Anybody that's acted, and when you start your career, you're just looking for opportunities, right? So for me, in the beginning, I did, and I belonged to Lyric Theatre in Hammersmith, where I grew up.
Right.
The theatre company, and it's like as part of the Lyric Summer Company, you would go for the summer, you would train, you do a performance in a big theatre. You're just happy to be a young person. Right. Getting to do what you love.
So even in the international world, you can do it for free.
So this is the thing, when you're starting, I think it's quite important. I definitely think it's quite important. Please, you're young, you don't have bills, you don't have, you're not building a house, you're not buying cars. So in the beginning, for many, many years, like I really wasn't earning much money or very, very little money. So, and the funny thing about it is, even now, some people do independent projects or very small projects. Right. So you're getting paid very little money, but you don't mind. You don't mind it. Because sometimes it's just, when a lot of times people hear, oh, yeah, there's a film and it's $10 million, dollar budget. They think everybody has been, they shared their, they take 100,000, no, 100,000, no, sometimes you're getting, if it's a $10 million film, chances are there's probably like 5,000 people that work on that project. Right. And everybody needs to be paid.
When you started your career, not in Ghana, abroad, this is somebody's prayer request to move from Ghana abroad and say, I'm international. Yeah. For you, you moved from UK to Ghana. What brought you to Ghana?
Ghana's home. Ghana's home. And if I'll be very honest, it was a calling. I think I came here in, now my years is all messing up, but I remember this when I was coming. I remember just sitting on the plane and I'm like, God. I used to be with OBTV in the UK.
Yeah.
It was a Ghanaian-owned television station. It went all over Europe. And one thing I love is sometimes when I see my German bloggers, hey, we used to watch on OBTV and things, which was cool. But there was a time that in the UK, I don't know if you remember the credit crunch.
Yes.
What was the year Michael Jackson died? That was the year 20 was. The year someone Google and get it.
Okay.
The year Michael Jackson died, and I remember I was at a crossroad, and I remember thinking, either I'm going to move to Los Angeles, LA, which is where Hollywood is. Most people, you know.
It should be somewhere 2006 then.
No. Oh, no, 2000. Oh, no, was it 2006?
2006, 2007. That's when the credit crunch happened.
Really?
Yes.
But, have I?
Yeah.
What year did Michael Jackson die? I remember it was that year. Google and get back to me. 2009. Perfect. I came in 2009. I think that's the year I came. I decided to come to Ghana, not just as in a holiday, you know, them December people. Yeah. And it felt right. It felt like it was the time. And for me, thank you. I was born in Ghana, but you know, I left very young to join my parents. I left when I think I was 9, just before I turned 10. Okay. To go and join my parents in England. So I remember not that much about Ghana. I'm a Kumasi girl, Charlie. I'm a, you know, American. I'm a to the whole Kumasi girl. Shout out, you know, Kumasi. And I grew up in Kumasi. Literally, I'm one of those people, the first time I came to Accra was to come and get a plane and leave. Like literally, like I'm so proud of it. Like I was not an Accra girl at all. So I left, and that's where, you know, by God's grace, that's what, you know, ordered my steps. But one thing about it is that you can take the girl out of, you know, the village or of the country, but you can't take the Ghanaian out of me. You can't take you can take the girl out of Ghana, but the Ghana cannot come out of me. And it was also important for me to come back. Why? Charlie, Jinya, like Sankofa, you have to. I'm a very big fan of like adding symbols, as most people know.
Because every time I meet you, you have something like
some
wooden, like earrings or your rings, or you know, even sometimes your shoes. You have some symbols in there.
Yeah, you know, it's a culture I'm very proud of, and this is also the thing. Being in the UK, simple thing of my name, Amma. Right? Some people would get it wrong. And I'm like, Amma is one of the most simplest names. And Charlie, I think it's, you know, it's not essentially your country. It's your country, but it's not your country. So I definitely think that in this time where so many people are coming back, they you know, beyond the return, people were like, know that they have dual identities. You can be British and German. You can be British and Ghanaian. You can be Nigerian and Ghanaian. You know, so many people have a duality or different identities that I'm so proud that I got the best of both worlds. For me, I literally feel like I got the best of both worlds.
Now, you have featured in so many big movies, but I want you to tell us, if you compare now media and then media, what has changed?
New media has skyrocketed. The words are not coming. New media has gone to another level. Like right now, okay, so I'll give you a perfect example. When I wanted to be a TV presenter, those days, where's your crew people at? There was something called beta tapes.
Okay.
Crew, does anyone know what a beta tape is? That's what I started when my career started. So if you had to do a show reel, that was the first thing, you needed a show reel. So you had to maybe get somebody, pay a lot of money, or if you know somebody, get someone to record a show reel for you.
Okay.
Then with that show reel, you would send it to different TV stations around, and hopefully somebody sees you to either get you an audition or you look out for auditions. It was so hard that time to be seen. Now with the phone, social media, there are people who are literally having like millions of followers, carving out their own creative niche, creating their own shows on social media. So right now, social media is fighting with traditional media. So in one sense, everybody can get noticed. I can be in the North Pole, I can be in a village. anywhere around the world. Once I have access to the internet and the phone, I can do amazing content and get millions of views and get paid for it, right? That's number one. But I also feel like now there's so many players in the game that it's really hard to stand out.
Yep. So
do you see what? So in one sense, you know, it's a level playing field. Back in the day, if you didn't know someone, you didn't find corner. You know, even I heard there was payola. Now you don't have to do payola. You can do, as a musician, do your music and you hit. I remember I have to talk slow because I talk too fast.
No, it's fine.
I miss this contemporary. No, so I think definitely right now is the fact that TikTok, Instagram, there's so much content creation is such a thing now. And it's anyone can make it, but I do think that for me, I don't take small beginnings for granted.
Right.
I don't take none of it for granted. Like every training that I've had, I made sure that because I love acting, I've studied the craft. You know, in school, I used to do school plays. I used to join local theater companies. I went on to do my GCSEs in drama and at degree level. And every time I get a chance to, even today, I'll still go for training.
Wow.
Because I love what I do.
So we actually want to take a look at Ama Abebrese back in the day.
Oh, no, you didn't. One touch. Oh, my OBTV.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Loved ones, make sure you stay tuned because this is One Touch. This is at least 20 years old. This show, so and the producer and director of this show was Davio Davi, Albert Kuvodu, and we were together at OBTV in the UK. That was our studio offices actually just there, which is about 5 minutes from where the BBC was. Yeah, and that was my boss's car. That was my boss's car that we shot that. And when we first started the show, Chris Attor and I we used to host it together when he was also in England.
Right.
So taking me down memory lane. So wow. It's like, look at me with my chubby face.
Yeah, you were a bit chubby then.
Oh yeah, I like food, so it's.
No, but now you work out a lot.
I don't. You know what it is? You know, anybody who's been big before, I've been, you know, like chubby. I kind of go through phases. Exercise is very important. Right. I don't work out as much as I should. I just, lots of water. Okay. You know, like I haven't worked out, I'm not gonna lie, for about a month now. Okay. I'll do this, I'll go work out and I'm like,
Right.
But I try.
Yeah, and you do lots of water.
Water,
of fruits.
Yeah, like fresh fruits, water, amazing. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. And so let's get to know how you got into some of the big movies, because we sometimes wonder, how is it that Ama is getting all these roles?
I audition.
You audition?
I audition.
All the time?
Like most of the time. So this is the thing. Beast of, like, okay, this is
I was going to ask you how you got into Beast of
Azali was the Ghana film that was selected a couple of years ago for the Ghana Oscars to go represent the Oscars, the Academy Awards in Hollywood. Kwabena Jansa directed that. It's because I have a background in theater and I have a training, auditions don't scare me. Okay. So I remember my first film that I starred in Ghana when I moved here was Leila Jansi's film, Sinking Sands. And I'd met her and she was like, oh, she's auditioning for Sinking Sands. And I went for the audition. And I remember when
you didn't care whether you were Ama Abebrese. You are the Ama Abebrese.
But who's Ama? Ama is just Ama, right? Like, please, my mom was like, hey, fast and through. Like, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter what anybody perceives you as. It's really, I think, like for me, and anyone that knows me, I'm a very simple person. Right. I'm very, what you see is what you get. Yeah. I'm not, I'm just me. But I also think that maybe also from my training in the UK, there's times I've gone to auditions and people that I know are big stars, back then I've seen them there. Okay. Right? Nobody's above an audition. Nobody's above being taped. Sometimes a director, there's some roles that directors have given it to me, but the majority of my films I've had to audition or do a screen test. So a screen test is sometimes the director has made up their mind that this role is yours, but we're gonna put you on screen. we're gonna put you on screen and we're gonna see how you are with maybe your co-star. So yeah, I auditioned. Then the majority, and because that's my training. And I'll be honest with you, I've auditioned more times than I've been in films.
Wow.
There's so many, like this year, the last 1 year alone, I've auditioned for probably more than 20 things I didn't get.
How do you feel when you don't get it? How do you feel when you don't get it?
Very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Look, if you want to be, look, I always tell people this. I want to act, I want to act, I want to act. I hear it all the time. Being an actor is one of the most disappointing things you can be. So even on, it doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. So let's just say that you can audition for something that you think you've done so great. And sometimes with auditions, you go to your first audition, second, third, like they can call you back maybe 4 times. And by the 4 times they tell you, started cashing the check, you know you've got the role. And then you don't get it. So it kind of builds you up and then puts you down, builds you up and puts you down. So you need to have a level of tough skin, because I don't care who you are, it gets to a point when you start taking it personal, like, oh, why didn't I get that role? You take it personal, like, because you think you're not good enough. So most actors will tell you it's something that you have to overcome.
Did you feel that you had lost the quality that you had because you were not getting roles?
Not at all, not at all, because it's part of the industry. It's part of the industry. And I also look at it as sharpening my tools. So it's like, if I didn't get it, it just meant sometimes it's not for me. And you know, and there's times where you find out who got the role, and you're like, I get it. That makes sense. That was not my role.
Right.
And there's times I've also seen and I'm like, hey, this one, God, why? Hey. But you also have to understand that when it comes to creative works, is the director or the people behind it. And if they don't see you as that, they just don't see you as that. Like, if you cry, you stop crying, you move on. And I've said this and I'll say it again. For me, it's not quantity of films I've been in, because I think my whole career, I've done maybe, I'm under 20, around 20 films, I think. I have to check.
Okay.
In this part of the world, people do hundreds and hundreds of films, or, you know, I haven't done that. But I've been blessed to know that a lot of the projects that I have done are films and projects that stand the test of time.
Yeah.
They're films that people are moved by. They're films that...
Like Beast of No Nation.
Yes.
Right. So with Beast of No Nation, so we'll take that one, but with Beast of No Nation, how did you get the role?
I auditioned. Okay. But this was, okay, so Beast of No Nation is such a wonderful film project to be part of. So I remember when, you know, I kind of heard about it, and then we obviously heard that this thing was going on. They did auditions in Nigeria, they did auditions in Ghana. I know, looking for the lead, which was Abraham Atta's character, they literally, it was months and months and months of doing so. So for me, it was like, it's a blessing to do what you love. And I remember they had the audition in East Legon, and, you know, I was so nervous, and I was praying.
But how did you hear about the audition? Because we hardly hear about them.
Even they were having auditions at Executive Theatre at TV3. It was big. That time, they put it all out. A lot of people auditioned. That one, there was times that people don't hear about, but that one, I feel like they even announced, it was on radio, it was on social media. Most people that are actors belong to different casting groups and stuff. So you would get to hear about it. And that one, it was a big one. Like, they literally were, okay, here it is. They tried to, I know they did a wide net for that. And so for me, I remember when I went into the audition, like I fasted and prayed going into this. I literally fasted for like days, and literally, I was so skinny. All the fasting and praying. But essentially, I remember when I went in that audition, it's like, I just gave it my all. And I'll never forget this. The casting director, the assistant, when I finished, and I auditioned for the director, Carrie Fukunaga, And he was like, there was a lady in the room. She was like, "You're gonna make me cry," and that was, even if I didn't get that role, I knew I killed that audition.
Wow.
Does that make sense? So I gave it my all. I gave it my all.
How did you feel when they called you?
You know what? Do you know what? I don't think nobody knew how big that film was gonna be.
Okay.
Right? Like in hindsight, everybody thinks, oh, it was, you know, people thought we knew it was gonna be that big. It was an independent film. Independent film is like a small film compared to other big Hollywood 100 million, whatever movie. I think they made the film for around like 6 million, which may seem like it's a lot of money, but for that world to have a A-list like Idris Elba in there, that's quite small, right? In comparison. But it was a beautiful experience. We were filmed in the Eastern region. I wasn't even in the film that much. I had like, my role was, it was What Happened to the Mother, but it was such a wonderful experience. And I will tell you this, when you see an A-lister like Idris Elba, just being so humble, where like just under a tree, talking to everybody, it's like, he's a star. He's a mega global star, and he's so humble. Who is anybody? So I like, for me in life, it doesn't matter how high God raises you, just always be humble. And I'm you know, just kind of seeing him and just seeing the whole production. It was an amazing experience. Like, I know a lot of people made a lot of money off that film.
Did you make money off the film?
I made money, not as much as I would have liked, but I made
Really? You made a lot of money? Is that your highest paying job so far?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. Funny enough. And the funny thing about it is, it was like, I wasn't even thinking about the money.
Okay.
It was just to like the experience. There's some jobs you do for the money. There's some jobs you do for the exposure. There's some jobs you do because you just love it. Like there's different reasons. And there's some jobs I gotta pay my bills that you do for bills. But essentially, like, no, the money wasn't even in my head. It was just like getting to be on such a set with such an amazing cast, amazing crew. It was a global crew.
I think we should actually take a look at how you were in Beast of No Nation. Okay. Yeah, I think we should take a look at it.
One could forgive a woman who didn't know how to love her child.
You do have a voice.
Oh, this is Ties That Bind, and that's another beautiful international movie that you've starred in. I don't know the international movie you haven't starred in, though.
Hey God, plenty.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you in, communication with Abraham Atta? Because he was your son at that time.
Yeah, so we are, we haven't spoken in years, but I think he's on my Instagram, and I'm not the best on social media. I'm trying to be. I used to be so all over social media. Yeah. Now I'm like, whatever. Abraham, he finished university. He seems like he's doing really well. And I remember, so after the film finished, and I think it's quite well known, so Netflix decided to sponsor his education. Reason being is a lot of child actors don't always go on to have careers in acting. It's not even, who remembers the Home Alone kid? Yeah. Like, so they wanted to secure him, and some of the other kids as well. They tried to, as much as they can. They put their money in the trust.
The other kid, what's his name?
Emmanuel. His name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
I've seen
the life that Abraham got.
So I will say this. I think a part of it is not necessarily fair from what I saw. So with Abraham, he was the lead, right? So he was the lead. So of course there were certain things that was accorded to Abraham. That was not accorded to other members of the cast. So from what I understand, not to kind of, deviate or delve, they tried to protect the children, all their money. They put them all in boarding school in Cape Coast. And I think for whatever reason, Emmanuel, he would run away. He didn't stay. And I remember there was some stuff I heard, like where he wanted his money. They gave him his money. And the last time I saw on TV, like, it's unfortunate because there were other kids. And I think it's just, he didn't maybe get the family support he needed. But I think the production, for as far as I know, tried to put so many things in place for him. Because the other children, they did it for some of the other lead children. And Abraham was just one that they took him to the US, sponsored his education. I know he did very well in school. And I don't see him, I haven't seen him in years, but I would like to believe that he's doing okay.
Right. Of course, we see his pictures and videos all the time, so he's definitely doing okay. And it is Abraham now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people thought he and I were related, never met him before the movie. It's called good casting. You know, sometimes they cast, people say, you guys look alike.
Yeah, you do look alike, though. You do. Yeah.
So at least it was good casting that I played his mom.
Yes, you did. Now, anybody has question? Yes, because, you know, my studio audience, if I don't involve them, we'll finish and they'll say, Actually, Rosalie, let me ask questions.
Of
you ask
course,
questions.
of
Please go
course.
ahead.
Hi.
Thank you. First of all, you look very young. Are you sure you're 44? Like, are they sure?
She didn't mention age. Why you mentioning?
He's Googled me.
And one thing I've also noticed is that for the past 27 years you've been in this industry, not even a single person has come on social media to talk something bad about you. I've never seen something like that before. Why? What's the secret?
Wow. I think I'm just not a controversial person, right? It's just not me. I think for me, I'm one of those people, I stand for love, I stand for God, I stand for humility. I give as, you know, I try to be nice to people.
People don't know your love for God. Now, Amma and I used to attend the same church. That's how we became friends.
Yes.
Yes, Amma is very spiritual. Yes. And so I know Amma from that side, and her love for God is just something else.
No, I think, you know what? Maybe you haven't heard them saying bad stuff. I definitely think look, nobody's perfect. I'm sure I've heard, maybe I've, offended some people. One thing though is most people know I'm an advocate for children, for sexual assault victims, especially children who have been either sexually assaulted or abused. And I don't make any mistakes for that. I'm also an anti-rape campaigner, and I've had people come and write all sorts of evil things. Some people feel like if they buy someone chicken and rice, it means that the girl should have sex with them, and if they don't, and you've taken my lorry fare, that's wrong. So, I've had people come and write all sorts of mean things. Obviously, keyboard warriors and insult, but I just think for me, I always want to just stand for what I believe is right. And I'm sure there have been some people that have said bad things about me, but
that's the spirit. Yes, who else will?
Let it go. I don't let it get to me.
Please go ahead.
All right. I'm Charlie Water.
Charlie, stand up so that they'll come and pick you. Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Please, I want to ask you, in the past 27 years, whereby you were coming up as an upcoming artist, actress, sorry, did you encounter any director or filmmaker who wants to turn you down before giving you a role?
When you say turn you down, what do you mean?
I'm speaking from...
Sleep with you. Who wants to sleep with you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before giving you a role, or if he doesn't turn you down, he's going to take the role from you and give it to someone else. Did you encounter any calamity like that?
Okay. So, yeah, the turn you down is I've not heard that terminology before, but
These are the
see what you
Gen
mean.
Zs, Amma.
Charlie, it's okay. We've had our time. I mean, I'm not even what is it? It was Gen Z and millennial and beyond and before millennials. I will say this, I've been very blessed, and I'll say I've been very blessed. I've not ever been in that position. I know people do. I've even done and produced TV shows about this. But I also think that, and I've said this, there was a time when you used to see a bunch of auditions, audition for this, audition for that. If something looks too good to be true, it usually is. Most of the auditions I've gone to, I've always made sure that it's from a credible place, because somebody can decide that, I come and audition in my room. If you go there, you know the situation is not good, get out. Or if it's a hotel, and then you want to go into a room, but yet you're not seeing other professional behavior around. I know some people have fallen prey to it. I've been very blessed that no, I haven't had anybody.
That's good.
I know it happens.
Yeah,
I know
it does happen. Yeah,
I know it happens.
she's ready. Let me ask her about her new project, and I can come to you because she's in a new movie that you guys have to go see the movie. Tell us about your new movie, Emma.
The Storm. So The Storm is directed by another diaspora Ghanaian. He's a British Ghanaian, Ben Owusu. Shot in Ghana, full Ghanaian crew, and it kind of deals with, set, in an election year. It wasn't intentional, but I mean, and dealing with corrupt forces within the police force, and basically just highlighting that, look, in this world, when it comes to the world of corruption, especially in the police, some are good, some are bad. And I kind of, I play a Detective Lynn.
Okay.
And I never want to give too much away, but it's kind of highlighting, the good and bad that we tend to have both in the political space and in the police space as well. And I think it was interesting because a lot of times, so when we did the film, the Nigeria Bring Back the Girls had happened. I think that was like a big story. So in this case too, there are some missing girls that the police are supposed to uncover, but as you find out, is not as it seems. So a lot of times the so-called good people are not always good.
Yeah.
And I think Ben did a wonderful job. It's a wonderful cast. Ajay Anand, Fifi Coleman, Lucky Lawson, Edward Kufuor. He plays the president. Edward Kufuor is always a president. Why not? Just to name a few, Salma Mumin and Samini. That was Samini's first time acting as well, and I was also in it. So
how long did it take to make the movie?
There was shooting. I shot for about 2 weeks, but I think production went on for about 4 to 5 weeks. In Ghana, in different places, around mostly Accra, in Abri, and the environs. And I'm sure they have a little. Okay, they're showing little clip as we're there. And it's premiering on the 21st of September at the Silverbird.
All right, I think on that note, we want to take a look at, excerpts of the movie because this movie is a must watch. Take a look at it.
Hello, my name is Ken Fiati, and I want to introduce to you something which is of prime importance, and that brings me so much joy. I'm talking about the movie The Storm, directed by Ben Owusu and assisted by Mark Lord. This is a movie filmed right here in Ghana, and it is none like the others you have ever watched. Yours truly plays the lieutenant. Please don't get it wrong. I don't play with what people call me. I am not lieutenant. I am the lieutenant because I'm the ultimate, and you have to see me do my thing in this movie. If you are tired of this life and you want to die, just cross my path in this movie and I'll deal with you. On the 21st of September of this year, let's meet at the West Hills Mall or the Accra Mall, Silverbird Cinema, and watch The Storm together. Samini is my boss in this movie. You don't want to miss this for anything. I'll see you there.
Okay, we'll definitely see you all there. 21st September it is.
That's Ken. He's one of the actors. It's a very star-studded Ghanaian film. So it's quite exciting. This will be my first major premiere for a while, like film-wise. So I'm actually looking forward to it. And I said it's such a massive cast of people. I can't even get through all the other actors.
So you came all the way from UK for this movie?
No, I'm here, but I was supposed to go, but I'm staying.
Okay.
And then when we finish the premiere here, we'll go to London and do a UK premiere as well.
All right.
Just because obviously the director, Ben, he's also British Ghanaian, and there's a huge Ghanaian diaspora in the UK, huge. So I think once we finish Ghana, we'll go and show it to the UK audiences as well.
We'll definitely be there to watch it, but social media is also part of our audience, and they're always sending in their messages. And so Lloyd, Shola, Adeyemi, our girl, and your girl, the Gist girl, is here. Hi, darling. You look beautiful.
Standing right in through the screen. Anybody watching us home, I'm sure their eyes are a little blinded because, we have two beautiful ladies on the set. Anyways, you know how we do all the time on social media. I told you that those in studio are very lucky to be, you know, enjoying the conversation, but those at home are joining on social media, and obviously they don't keep quiet. They know that dear loyal, just girl, me, will always bring up what is happening on social media. And of course, we have the beautiful Ama K Abebrese seated. So, Ama, are you ready for your messages?
Yes,
of
please.
course. So this one says that I am Lordina from Ashalewoche. Shout outs to KT. This one says she is humble. Ama,
very
your humility
humble.
can be felt through the screen. This one says, hi, Ama K is one of my all-time favorites. I too much love her. Keep up the great work, Ama. God be with you. This one says, Ama K Abebrese is such a cutie and a lovely lady. Beast of No Nation, Charlie, that movie is awesome. This one says that, hello, good afternoon. I'm Ruben from University of Ghana, Legon. I've been following her since I was 14. I really love her movies and her winning most of the awards. Why is your favorite color yellow, though? They want to know. And this one says that, love the show so much, very educative and inspiring. Kudos, Rosalind Fatima from Bibiani is the one saying that. So obviously, if there's anything I know, I've been watching her for a while, and I'm so starstruck.
You starstruck, right?
Yeah,
you should. The first time I met Ama was in church, and I was like, ooh, is that Ama?
Remember we did that. We did a production together. Yeah.
So I met her, I'm like, what? And she's so down to earth. I was like, but she's supposed to be a celebrity.
Do you know what hits me the most? Is the fact that she's not aging. The same Ama of yesterday is the same Ama of today. It's looking like she'll be like that forever. Why are you competing with God, Ama?
Please. Listen, they say, mind your business, drink lots of water, and God keeps you young.
Period.
So I'm minding my business.
And you're drinking your water because it's showing all over your face. So I think you at home, if you want glowing skin, you found out the recipe. Make sure you just drink your water, mind your business, and your skin will glow, okay?
So we actually do have, you want to ask a question, okay? All right, so we're coming back into the studio to get our audience also out of it. Yes, darling, talk to us.
With all the movies that we've done so far, and which of them gave you hard time? Like, which of them did you find it challenging? Thank you.
If I'm honest, most films you do is a different challenge. Like, I feel, you know, unless I've done like small roles, I don't think there's any film project that I've done that it was not a challenge. I will take it back to my first lead project, and I was the lead, which was Sinking Sands. I think they showed a snippet earlier on. That one, it was such, I remember that was a film, it was my first year in Ghana. We shot in the Volta region. I had to be away from my family. I'm a very bubbly, you know, lively person, and my character I was playing was so opposite. So I did, you know, there's a technique in acting we call method acting.
Okay.
So I didn't do full method acting. I employed, you know, a part of it. Method acting is where you live the character. You're literally living it. And so you're cutting off what you know. And I remember it was a very dark time because when you're playing a character, after a while, part of it becomes you. So it's almost like you're wearing the costume and becoming that person. And after maybe a month or so, you have to take that character off. So there's something very spiritual about acting because it's when you're playing somebody, you're not just reading lines. You're becoming that person. What's the person's favorite food? Which will probably be different from you. Right. What's the person's fears? What is some of the person's secrets?
Live the person.
Live that person. So every film comes with its own unique set of challenges, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, literally. But you have to you give it your all. And then, yeah, until the next one.
Okay. Now, are you a family person?
Oh, when you say family person?
Family, like it.
Oh, my family. Everyone's a family person.
Why are you scratching your head? You've kept your family very secret, though.
So I've said this, and I've said it on many platforms. I'm in the media.
Yeah.
Right? I've chosen this life. Right? If I've chosen this life, my mother did it, my father did it, anybody who is my sisters did it, anybody who is close to me, unless they've chosen to be in the public, it's unfair for me to put them out there. Does that make sense? So, and it's a choice. And I always say, it's called a private life for a reason, right? Now, you know, if you choose to be public. There's nothing wrong with it. We live in an age where somebody puts, I've seen people's sonograms when they're pregnant, their little sonogram pictures. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a personal choice. But I've been in this industry so long that I realized that for me, it's important for people to make a choice whether they want to be out there. So my career comes with XYZ. It doesn't mean my family members should. My mom, my mom should go wherever she's going. Nobody knows that. That's my, and it's just, I think it's just a respect thing. If my mom is so different from me. My dad is so different from me. I'm the loud, bubbly one. If she wanted to be in this industry, then of course I would push that. But I think it's just out of respect for the people in my life that, for now,